Hey guys, this is Soul Reaper and I wanted to show you my latest creation. And no, this isn't it. Malgas Kerbal. Gonna show you what it is, and there it is. Nice camera work. Not really. It's the Reaper. You maybe have seen the previous version. It's a nice little vtol I made. Well, little, pretty big actually. And this is taking an age, but we're almost there. I think it looks pretty nice. Has a few air intakes. I put some things on the side like an Apache, you know, armor. Looks pretty cool. Let's pour them in the this is the pilot seat. So, get our next Kerbal. We get some explosions around here. Okay. And we have Mini Kerbal and Kerbal. Oh, I did Kerbal. Maybe sound like a wizard. Oh. And let's run. Instead of having 2 engines, the Reaper now has 4. So it needs less thrust. You have more reserve thrust for when something goes wrong. The vtol doesn't fly super. I have better flying vtols, but it's made out of a lot of parts. A lot of structural parts. And board. As you can see, they fit perfectly. They have monitors up in the canopy, which comes down, and a lot of instruments. Well, let's close it up, like so. I think it looks pretty sweet. The engines rotate, only the wing is rotating the wrong way. No problem. I'll have to edit that later on, but for now, temporary fix. No. Give me a minute, guys. There we go. Inverted axis on. Okay, let's see. Much better. So as you can see, the engines rotate. But for now, we'll just put them straight down. And well, let's take off. Use the SCS. Turn off the brakes. A little bit more thrust. There we go. Oh, let's. There's a previous attempt at taking off. Let's target it. There we go. Now I have a lot of rubble around my base and I don't want that. So let's remove that. We do that with group 1. And suddenly your plane is armed. 2 uses weapons manager. The weight isn't very well distributed in this mode, so it flies pretty hard. Pressing 1 fires the missiles. And my aim is like shit. Let's transform it back. And just fly around. The balance on this plane, on this vtol, is pretty hard. It flies better when everything's closed, especially when the hood for the Vulcan cannons moves back, the weight transfers. And so yeah, I wouldn't fly with an open cockpit also, though that is less problematic. Now turn around. I might have to add some RCS, but we'll just have to see. Give a little counter thrust. It turns better when it's slowed down. Let's get armed again. As you can see, everything moves at the same time. Now I'll use the Vulcan cannons for a little bit more precision. Sorry for my bad English. It's not my native language. Let's see. Fire, 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 fire. Hell yeah. Eat some hell missiles. Yeah, new target. Woohoo! There we go. Ooh. Structural part. Doesn't want to blow up. If you hit any part of your own plane, you get a pretty big explosion and parts start flying off quite fast. Turn around. Let's just close the gun up. Move this back in. As you can see, the transformation doesn't really bother the flight much during transformation. Let's see. Open up again. How many missiles do we have left? I used DB Armory of Armor mod. I don't know, I'll post a link in the descriptions. But they have a weapon manager which allows you to fire one weapon at a time with one button. Very useful. Get a lock. Fire, 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 fire. I'm not aggressive, it just looks like it. So as you can see, the flying isn't super, but I think the transformation sequence makes it worth it. You know, it's just cool to see this thing open up. I haven't even counted the missiles. I think it's 12, yeah, 6 per arm. Yeah, that's 12 missiles that you got. Give me a lock on. Yeah, there we go. Fire, 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 destroy that. There it goes. We have liftoff. Through external propulsion. And just turn around. Well, I haven't crashed. That is pretty amazing. Yeah. Turn around. There's only fuel in the engines, but since you don't have to throttle so hard, you can fly pretty long on the fuel tanks. As you can see, I've been flying around a little bit and we barely lost any fuel. I'm a pretty bad shot, it seems. Going. Well, I think that's enough for now. Let's try to straighten this thing out. If you're going down too fast, you need to throttle up. Give him a little bit more lift. Then throttle back down. We'll have a big chance of flipping out. Let's close it up. Maybe get a little bit more control like that. There we go. It definitely turns better when closed. No idea why. Oh, I still have my guns out. Okay, let's try to land this puppy. Give it a counter thrust. Throttle downwards. Straighten the engines out. Counter thrust. You can really use the engines to slow yourself down. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. And like I said, the balance and flying this plane isn't really good yet. I think I'm gonna end this on this. Hey guys, give a wave. And say goodbye to everybody.